Welcome to the cooking show. What's a cooking good looking? Today we're going to be making a delicious batch of genetic diversity, or as I like to call it, the spaghetti. What you are going to be needing to make today's dish is, first of all, a plate to put all of the spaghetti on. Then you got the brown spaghetti and the white spaghetti and some spaghetti sauce and meatballs, which we have already prepared before the show. But to add more flavor to the spaghetti, I have a little secret. Rockets. During the interphase, the chromatin, they're all in a mess. So for mitosis to happen, or meiosis in this case, we gotta remove the nuclear membrane like so. And then the centrioles move to either side of the cell. At this point, the chromatin is going to condense and pair itself into homologous chromosomes. During this point of meiosis, the homologous chromosomes are all paired up. So the brown spaghetti is like homologous chromosomes and the white spaghetti is like homologous chromosomes. And the centrioles are at either side of the cell, ready to shoot out their microtubules to make the spindle fibers that to pull these chromosomes to either side of the cell. And right now, the two chromosomes have formed what is called tetrads. And at this point, they're going to start crossing over so they can switch genetic material and make a more genetically diverse baby. So right now, the chromatids have successfully swapped their genetic material, and they have lined up beautifully in the middle what is called the metaphase plate. And also, the centrioles are starting to send out their little spindle fibers so they can grab the spaghetti and pull it to the other side of the plate. And right now in anaphase, the spindle fibers are pulling the genetic material to the other side of the cell so that it can divide and make more genetically diverse offspring. Oh, and what's this? So here in telophase 1, you can see the cleavage furrow right there. Oh, and what is this? It's performing cytokinesis. What's a cooking good looking will be back after this brief message from our sponsor.
Do you have to get to work to home, but you don't have a train? On the bus! On the bus! On the bus! Where? On the bus!
At this point we are at prophase 2 and there are two separate cells. But since they're going to be doing pretty much the same thing, we are just going to focus in on one of them. Alright, so now we are at prophase 2, and the nuclear membrane, it reforms around the new chromatins in this cell, and also the centrioles, they divide so nicely and move to the other sides of the cell. And also, the nuclear membrane, it breaks apart again because it is useless now. And right now, it is in metaphase 2, which is really the same as a metaphase 1, but there are no tetrads anymore. But they're still lined up in the nice metaphase plate, and the centrioles are still sending out their nice spindle fibers to pull the chromosomes to either side. And right now it is in anaphase 2, and the chromatids, they have been split in half so that they can be pulled to either side of the cell, so that the new cell will only have 23 chromosomes instead of 46. Oh, and what's this? Now in the telophase 2, there is the cleavage furrow again, and as cytokinesis happens, the cells begin to separate into two completely new cells. So now, let's check up on the other cells. See, there's a 4 because the other cell that we weren't focusing on still was doing the exact same thing. So we now have 4 cells that each have 23 chromosomes that are perfect for having sex with. And right now, the chromatin, they've all decondensed and the nuclear membrane has reformed, and all of these cells, the new germ cells, are in interphase, like they normally are for 90% of the time. In today's show, we've learned how to make the spaghetti, which is kind of like how your germ cells divide using meiosis inside of your gonads. Ah, Tablenísimo. And right now, in the anaphase to the...
Where's Dylan?
On the bus!
Challenge testicles.